Welcome back, guys, to the third ever episode of the Galago Games podcast. I'm Zach. I'm joined by, today, Brad.
Hey.
Conor.
It's your boy.
And a very new person to the podcast, Mr. Dan.
Hi. I'm Mr.
So, Dan, yes, explain. Give the audience a bit of an explanation. Who are you? What do you like to play?
A lot of RPGs, a lot of creative games.
Another one.
Minecraft mostly.
You do not mostly play Minecraft.
Actually, that's not true, actually. Yeah, I used to play mostly Minecraft. Now it's mostly big grand strategy games. Paradox.
Yeah.
EU4.
EU4, absolutely.
I think most people mostly used to play Minecraft for a while.
It's because Minecraft's
back
great.
in the day.
I watched a lot, didn't play any.
Really?
You missed
Not
out.
even on like Xbox or anything.
No.
Crazy.
I remember buying it when it was in beta.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember that one.
Yeah.
And then played it once and never played it again.
When did you buy it?
Fair enough.
When York's Gas were big.
I feel that's when most people got on the hype train.
Yeah, me too. But like, you do not remember the version.
Oh, no.
I remember I bought it when Pistons were added, which is
When Piston.
I believe 1.7 or 1.6
Right.
in the beta.
Interesting. Minecraft is a dead game,
Hey,
in my opinion.
what are you talking about?
I've never played vanilla Minecraft for more than, I think, 5 minutes, and that was like 4 months ago.
Well, technically you played it the other day on the stream.
Oh god. Don't remind me about that.
And that's a nice segue into a bit of news from us instead of the actual games industry. We did just do a 24-hour stream for special effects over on twitch.tv/GalgoBoys, and we somehow raised a grand total of £470, which is incredible, boys. What don't you think?
It's good.
Yes, I'm impressed actually by
That's
that.
a clap. That's a clap from me.
Hey, that's a bit... You can't just congratulate yourself. You can't just clap for
clap.
yourself.
I give myself a pat on the back. If you're watching on the video, there it is, pat on the back.
Oh, pat on the back.
Right. Anyone got any other announcements before we get into the news?
Yeah, I'm going to be streaming Sonic Forces, which is a terrible, terrible game, but Sonic is an extremely important part of my my life. So watch it.
So
'Cause it's bad.
So the interesting thing about Sonic is that there's only ever been one good Sonic game. And can anyone think of what that Sonic game is?
Sonic and All
For
Stars
you,
Racing
it's going to be
Transform
Sonic
2.
Heroes. It's Sonic Heroes for Zach.
The answer
100%.
is Sonic Heroes. By far and away the best Sonic game.
Which is actually definitely one of the worst. of Sonic games.
It's not one of the worst.
It's 100%.
No.
100%. You play the same story 4 times.
You do that in like Resident Evil 2-ish.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, so that doesn't really excuse Resident Evil 2 either, but I haven't played that one.
Well, I mean...
I will next week, and then I'll formulate my opinion on that one. However, I've played Sonic Forces, and it's definitely not one of the better ones when we compare it to the better ones.
Would you say
Which
Sonic...
is 50% of Unleashed, because 50% of Unleashed is really good, 50% is god-awful, and then the entire Generations.
Would you...
That's where I base my Sonic.
From your brief playthrough of Sonic Forces,
Mm.
would you rate it above Sonic Heroes?
No, it's below.
What about Sonic Boom, was it?
No. We're not considering Sonic Boom.
Yeah, I'm with Colin on
We're
that.
Why?
not considering Sonic
It's
Boom.
terrible.
It's like it. I don't know. It's just a fail. Like it's just a mistake. Never should have been made, kind of thing.
Shouldn't this new one not have been made either? Sonic Forces?
Forces, arguably, yeah, but it was because it's like a different Sonic, right? Like, you know, you've got modern Sonic, and then you've got whatever the hell Sonic Boom is supposed to be, where he's
Scarf
decided to like take a very Nathan Drake look to things.
Yeah.
So we're not considering him. But no, Sonic Generations is awful. It's like he's taken all the stuff from the Boost engine, which is what like Colours, Unleashed, and Generations uses. They've made it really clunky. Like it doesn't feel responsive at all, and all the level designs are really shit, which is weird because usually that's the only thing every Sonic game like has that's good is they have good level design, but it's just like shockingly straightforward. And I'm not even gonna. I'll go into the fursonas in a video because like I understand that kids must have fucking lost their little minds when they're like, oh my god, I can make a Sonic character! But then it's like, for me, I want to play Sonic. I'm playing a Sonic game, so I want to play Sonic.
I get that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's pretty well.
Anyone else got any hot takes on the Sonic franchise?
It's hot doo-doo.
It's always been bad.
What?
Everyone who thinks it's is blind.
That is such an unpopular opinion. It's not always been bad.
Dan, I know for a fact that you're a big fan of the racing games.
Yeah, Sonic
Sonic
Racing
games.
Transformed. It's alright.
Actually, a good game.
It's not bad. I don't like the flying sections.
I think they're taking it out in the new one.
Yes, I believe it's back to just regular racing. But they've added some...
I think it's not Sega All-Stars either. I think it's just Sonic.
I think it's called Sonic Racing, yeah. It's on my
Who
wish
else
list.
does Sega have?
They've got random stuff, surprisingly.
Not much, mate. Jet Set Radio.
What's it called? Sonic Racing. Team Sonic Racing is called, but it's really weird because you race in teams of 3.
So if you come first, if one of your teammates come first, do you win?
No, it's like a... Like, you race individually, but, like, your point score is team-based.
Right, I see.
And you're supposed to drive cooperatively. So basically, you know how like in GTA and Mario Kart, if you drive in someone's slipstream, you go faster?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you have to do that for the entire race. Because you can't do it with anyone else, you can only do it with your team members. And so you just have to like race in like a line constantly.
I guess that's unique.
It is unique, but God, it's such a pain. And I'm also not very good at it.
So you played this then?
I played it at EGX.
Hot scoops from Dan.
Hot scoops. Hot scoops. Oh, actually, sorry, I've just remembered a game that's coming out soon.
Go.
That.
What is it?
It's called Beacon.
Is it a game that anyone's heard of?
Absolutely not. I just reminded myself of it because it's on my wish list and it's coming out in January, as they said.
Are we getting a definition of this game?
It is a sci-fi action roguelike. Another one.
Another one.
Another
We've had
one.
enough roguelikes, in my opinion.
I don't play that many. I only played Binding of Isaac Rebirth or Afterbirth. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
One of them is DLC.
Rebirth.
The other is...
Rebirth.
I think it's...
I don't think it's Afterbirth.
Yeah, it's definitely Rebirth.
Oh,
I
Afterbirth
mean,
is
it's one of the games that's gross enough to do.
No.
Yeah.
I remember what Afterbirth is. Afterbirth is a mod pack.
Oh, I thought you were going to give us the full description of actual
Absolutely not. It's not the kind of show. No. Binding of Isaac Afterbirth is a really big mod pack that was made.
Afterbirth. Okay.
That is highly rated. But no, it was a cool game, Beacon, when I played it. It was like, obviously it's like a roguelike, so you die and you start again, but you find your upgrades, but you take some upgrades with you to the next level, or next life, and you mutate your upgrades, because they're all like cybernetic implants or biological mutations, whatever. And so you mutate better and better versions of your upgrades.
Is that unique to the genre?
In the way this one does it, more so than others. There are other roguelikes, I think, that have mutating abilities and passives and stuff like that. But the entire game isn't based around it, whereas it is here. Also, it's just kind of easier to play than Binding of Isaac. It's not easy to play. Binding of Isaac is all about that fine motion control, right? And it's also hard to hit things because you can only aim in 4 directions.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one, you aim with the mouse, and it's easier to move around. Like, it feels better.
Yeah. So, would you give it is it getting a 1-minute review from Dan when it comes out?
Absolutely, sure. Why not?
Cool. We'll put that straight up on the channel. Literally, we have to make sure the video is 1 minute long.
1 minute? Absolutely. Can be
It
done.
has to be 1 minute long. And we'll just end with a positive or negative. Should we buy it?
Depends on the price, actually. It doesn't have a price.
What if it comes out and it's like £30? Is that you're just not going to purchase it?
Not worth it.
Yeah.
I'll buy it, but it's not worth it.
Immediately. We don't even have to do the review.
20 quid?
You just know that it's not worth
20
it.
20 quid is steep. Not quite willing to accept it. 15? Better? Tenner? Absolutely. Always get it for a tenner.
So you've already reviewed the game, basically.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to do the video
Don't
anymore.
need it
What was that? A 10-second review.
Yeah. Basically, the review is now based on price. That's all.
May as well be.
All right.
Any game is good enough.
Let's move into the actual news. So, a bit of a quiet week, I think. We'll start with some kind of touchy subject sort of stuff. So Ubisoft released the second part of the Assassin's Creed Odyssey DLC, in which it's not really spoilers, I guess, but the game forces you into a straight relationship with an NPC in the game. I'm trying not to spoil things. And basically throughout the game you can be gay, straight, bisexual, whatever you want. And obviously because the game is forcing you into this straight relationship in the DLC, the internet has freaked out. What... We don't want to get too deep into this sort of like debate, but let's more talk about the fact that is this decision is more the designers, right? Surely not the players.
Well, is the relationship story based?
Yeah, it's all story
Like,
based.
is it for the story?
Yeah.
Well, then it's fine.
Yeah, but the point is, like, the whole point of Assassin's Creed Odyssey wasn't it? It was just like let you do more decision making.
Yeah.
And then this is like less decision making.
Yeah, it kind of invalidates, I guess, choices that a player has made throughout the game.
It is
I
quite
think
weird
that's a
they've
valid
gone from
thing to be
that.
annoyed about.
Like, they've gone from you can be whatever you want to there is now only one path.
Well,
You
it's
must
kind
follow
of
it.
path. It's like you have to be in a straight relationship, but you can like just essentially be, I don't know, literally just to do it to get a child.
Yeah. But I just feel like I can see why people are upset, but at the end of the day, the character, in my opinion, is for the studio to make the decisions with the story.
I agree,
100%.
but the studio made it so the character was not their decision.
Sure, I can see that argument. I can see that side.
I suspect the main reason people are unhappy is that they feel like some of their representation has been just taken away. Is I think the main thing,
I can see that.
which I kind of understand. But beyond that, like, I don't quite know.
I don't see how else they could have done this though, because I believe that what happened, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I believe that what happened is important for like the series. So they have to, like, they just have to do this.
I mean, are you spoiling a series there? Because that's pretty standard from the very first game, isn't it? You know, you have to have
there's a lineage.
DNA of your ancestors.
Yeah, so I don't think this removes the fact that... So obviously bisexual is still on the cards, but I guess if you'd gone through the game only being gay, this is a complete 180 for your character. Which I can kind of understand people's frustration, but at the end of the day, maybe... I don't know. I think it's maybe silly of the developers to give you the choice in the game if they were planning to do this.
It seems like a bit of an oversight.
Yeah. And I think they have apologised for it since.
Yeah. No, It's like, usually if it's like story based, like, oh, it pushes the story forward that this is what happens, and you have no say at any point, then who cares?
Yeah.
But if you've had the choice for the entire of the main game, and then some DLC comes out that's probably quite pivotal to like some story points that then force you down one path rather than numerous, and can invalidate certain parts of your experience playing the game, then I can understand why people are angry.
Yeah. What?
Did you know Skyrim, that game that everyone buys 4 times?
Yes.
Yeah.
That didn't have any, not companion quests, but partner-related quests, did it?
No.
You could only marry certain people, but like you could marry both sexes, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so, but I don't think they had any.
They didn't have
I
quests.
don't think
or
there's
anything
ever a
to do with
mission. No. Not that I know of.
that. Actually, well, yeah,
It was very basic.
that's true. There were some of the companions that you could get and marry had quests, but they weren't because they were your partner.
Yeah, they were just.
Yeah, they were just to improve your relationship with
the
them, weren't they?
lioness.
Oh no!
Who lost
Did
her
you marry?
sword?
Did you marry me, all the lioness?
This
No.
this sounds like a personal story at this point, Dan.
No, I've never married Mildelas. I've actually never had her as a companion. I just know that she lost her sword in a cave.
It's because she tells you every 5 seconds.
She does.
Worst part of that game is that you couldn't marry the vampire girl from Dawn Guard.
Serena.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sucked.
It's
I
alright.
think I married one of the companions.
Champions Guild?
Ayla.
Was it by any chance Ayla?
Ayla. I believe so. I think it was her.
What? It's like the one companion that didn't step on every trap when you went in somewhere.
Yeah.
Farkas is my
Oh, man.
favourite companion.
Who?
Farkas.
Farkas.
Vilkas is a cunt, right? But
Oh.
Strong
Language.
opinions about a game that's been
but
a while old
Farkas,
now.
Farkas, he's just like, everyone teases me, but they're good people. I'm a little slow, but that doesn't matter.
Am I weird for never using a companion?
No, not really.
No.
Yes.
It makes the game easy.
What, using a companion or not using a companion?
Using a companion.
You never used, like, not even Lydia.
Nah, I just told her to stay still and just pissed off.
But-
I suppose the best part about it would have been the fact that I could just put all of my items on her
Exactly,
and
yeah.
never get over
That was
encumbered.
literally
But I
the
didn't
only
know
point.
about that. But I was just like, no, this is going to make the game easier. So.
Wait, didn't you have Serana?
Who? The one from Dawn Guard?
Yeah, the vampire.
Yeah, but not for the main game.
Right.
Skyrim. What a game.
What a game.
I
It's
expect
good,
the new
yes.
Elder Scrolls to be terrible at this point.
After
Terrible
Fallout
but
4, definitely.
No, not even great. I think Bethesda
You think
have
they've dropped the
kinda-
ball?
Yeah.
They've lost it.
They've fallen
lost
off.
their touch. Maybe. Unless they say, oh, new engine.
Yeah, they
Then
need
then
it.
I'll be pretty good. But if we're literally getting, what's it called, Gamebryo?
I think so.
Like Oblivion engine, like in 2019.
Well,
Elder Scrolls 6 ain't
Fallout 4
coming
was
out this
bad
year.
as well. And then Fallout
Fallout 4 was
76 was
just bad.
terrible.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
either they've got needs a completely different team with a completely different design direction on the Elder Scrolls 1, or it's also going to be terrible.
Can you imagine how funny it would be if they knew that, that new IP
Yeah,
is
Starfield.
still just in the same engine?
It can't be. Surely not.
Don't
It
say
is.
don't say
That'd be
things like that,
so
Conor,
funny.
that will now happen.
That would be so funny.
Oh man, I'm so excited for that. Well, I was excited for that game because it's been
You excited?
rumored for years. But
Were you excited for that teaser, mate? That
What's it called?
just space.
Starpoint?
That was it.
something like that?
yeah, Starfield.
Starfield.
Yeah, I was excited. But then I was also excited by the Elder Scrolls 6 teaser.
Yeah, me too. No, I was 100%, and all it was is just Tamriel.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, that's all we saw. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Well, we'll see those games in about 4 years, at least one of them.
Yeah.
Right,
And
let's
it won't
move
be
on.
Skyrim.
Yeah.
Won't
Move
be
on.
thingy. Yeah, next.
Next. So, sadly we don't have Ed on this week because he might have had an interesting take on this one. But we're
Wrong.
going to talk about Far Cry New Dawn, which is the sort of spin-off Far Cry game. We kind of get one every other year now. Post-apocalyptic, and apparently it has some light RPG elements.
I forgot.
So, according to Polygon, this is an article by Ben Kuchera. It says, Far Cry New Dawn takes place 17 years after the events of Far Cry 5, and Ubisoft is updating the game's core mechanics by adding a few light RPG elements. We pushed what we call the light RPG approach in the game to create more depth, so you'll be able to craft guns that have ranks, and these ranks, they'll be useful to fight against enemies that also have ranks. Now,
That can fuck off.
there's a bit more, but this to me is kind of iffy for a Far Cry game. Because does this not mean enemies are going to be like bullet sponges?
This
Kinda
is what
like
made
how
the Division
does it.
Yeah.
shit.
It's gonna be like like Borderlands,
Yeah, which
where it just to me it just sounds like scaling enemies. That's it.
which is weird. It doesn't make sense in that franchise. Like,
This is literally why Division is bad, because all of it is just enemies that take 50 shots to the head to kill because your gun is
Well, it's
1
not-
star below the rating.
it's not bad if it's if that's just how the game's
If it's
always
done well.
been. And
And if it's done well,
yeah,
Yeah.
Destiny 2, like, the enemies aren't bullet spongy, but if you don't, like, it's difficult to not have a weapon that's ranked high enough. The enemies always seem to take the same amount of time to kill. You notice when you have an underpowered weapon, right?
Yeah.
But, like, they never feel like sponges.
see, the thing with me, so does this mean now that if I've got my bow and arrow, for example, in Far Cry and I headshot someone,
They won't die.
they might not die.
Possibly.
And what they're going to do, I assume, is if you look at the picture in the article, a lot of the enemies seem to be wearing armour. So I assume that they're going to just play it off that way. Which to me is lame in a Far Cry game. I like being able to get headshots and the enemy's dead. That's it.
I've never played
I feel
a
like
Far Cry
they should have made it so like higher ranked enemies will have like better protection on their chest, or like if they have armor, they might be able to take no damage there.
Sure, I agree. Not every enemy in the game has stats behind them.
Like, it's my issue with my only issue with like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, from what I played of it, was the fact that my hidden blade, or not hidden blade, like the Leonidas spear, didn't automatically kill whoever I stabbed with it.
Yeah, again, because it's all stat based, which
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. It's
like-
kind of breaking the fourth wall. I don't like it.
It feels like they're trying to make it more gamey.
Yeah,
Just-
I don't understand what they're trying to achieve with this.
If right, okay, spitballing.
Hmm.
If you have weapon ranks, right, that means that you could, in theory, add microtransactions so that you can buy the best weapons.
It is Ubisoft.
Could you imagine surely they wouldn't risk doing that.
But it's standard now, isn't it?
Surely
they've-
not.
There's no risk to
Surely
it though,
they
is there
might.
anymore?
Yeah, like you take a bit of backlash and people still buy your game. People do it. People do it anyway. In my opinion, Far Cry 3 was a great game, and since then has just been a slippery slope.
What about Blood Dragon?
Do you guys not remember the
I didn't
Anthem
actually play
launch?
Blood Dragon, but
Do you remember the Anthem at E3? They announced at one
Yeah.
point there'd be no microtransactions,
Anthem?
and the crowd cheered.
Do you mean
Yeah, Anthem.
Destiny 2, but by
Yes.
someone
Sorry,
else?
I mean BioWare's
BioWare.
Destiny 2, but either way, Anthem. Like they said, there's no microtransactions, and the crowd cheered. That's how low the bar is now.
I think Halo Infinite will have microtransactions.
not in the same way that 5 did.
No, not there will no. They said that there will be no loot crates.
There'll be like cosmetic or something, I imagine.
which is fine.
Yeah, cosmetic sure, fair enough.
That's absolutely fine. It's just stuff you can buy if you want to pimp out your character that has no value in game.
I
other
also-
than like
Oh, yeah.
I also don't mind. I guess if you're a single player game, sure, offer as long as you're not locking the stuff away. Sure, offer powerful guns behind a paywall if they want to get it instantly.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect me.
There was some stuff. I know it was last week, but I think Owen talked about the Devil May Cry stuff.
Yeah,
There's some spooky stuff going on there.
yeah.
I don't think it's anything like too scary. It's just like you could unlock this quicker by purchasing it rather than just unlocking it.
Isn't that what they did with the Shadow of War game, the Mordor one?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then obviously people were like, well, it's got microtransactions, but you don't have to do them. But if you didn't do them, it
Yeah.
turned into a real grind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might possibly be like that, but I don't know. Either way, I'm still super excited for that game. But anyway, yeah, Far Cry. That's what I think. Anyway, it could just be a route for them to introduce microtransactions.
Yep.
For like, here's the best weapons in the game. Buy them now.
Do we think that this game is going to perform pretty poorly for a Far Cry game?
Yeah.
It seems like they announced it very close to release, and there's not been too much
I've not seen anything
talk about
Yeah,
it.
looks like
I've
a
not
recent-
heard
I've not seen
much.
anything.
Like that.
There's
That
been-
Mammoth game was a do you remember the... I don't know.
Primal.
Oh, Primal.
Primal.
Literally the same map as 4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's really bad. No one liked it.
Yeah.
But Blood Dragon was a reskin, but really good.
But that wasn't like a DLC rather than like a new
No,
game.
it was a separate game.
It was like a separate expansion. Weird.
It's like
thing.
Red Dead 2 Undead Nightmare. No, sorry, Red Dead 1.
Yeah. But that was
But no,
very different, wasn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
But
that,
I don't think it'll do particularly well.
it'll be
Especially 'cause-
fine.
Yeah, it'll do fine. It'll do fine, but I don't think it's going to do amazingly.
It's not gonna blow up.
No. We've had too many post-apocalyptic games at this point.
Yeah, like Minecraft.
I think the problem is now as well with like post-apocalyptic games. Unless you do them like The Last of Us, they're just not that good.
Yeah, and we've
The Last of
got-
Us, I think Last of Us has just raised the bar.
let's not have that debate. And we've also had
You appear to be outnumbered, Zach.
It
we also
adds
have Days Gone coming out soon, which who knows what
Oh,
that'll
yeah.
be like. Maybe terrible,
like,
maybe good.
It adds like unique stuff, like how you can manipulate the zombies.
Yeah.
But still just a zombie game, isn't it?
Yeah. I like the fact that in Days Gone there's like a lot of zombies chasing after you at once. Could be pretty cool.
The hordes are massive, aren't
I
they?
feel like it's going to chug my day one PS4 though.
Do you reckon?
I might be trouble.
Same. Mine too. I don't know if I'll... I'll have to wait for that one.
And another game, let's sound the horn if we had one. Another game that Brad can't play. So if it is a 10 out of 10, unlucky Brad.
Chalk it up.
Oh,
What's that on now, Brad?
no.
Like 500 missed experiences.
What will I do?
What game is it that you can't play?
Days Gone.
Any PlayStation
Never
game.
heard of it.
Well,
It's not out yet.
yeah. All these PC nerds.
PC fucking nerds.
I play Minecraft.
We play them all. We play them
Yeah.
all.
Right,
Don't miss out on anything.
let's move on. We're going to talk about probably something that Dan and Brad might not have as much input in, but that's fine if you want to
What are you talking
jump
about?
in, you can.
Mortal
Oh, Dan, are you a big fan of Mortal Kombat?
Did you forget that he knows all the lore?
Kombat. Did you forget that?
It's a weird amount of lore.
Okay, so Dan, if you do know all the lore, can you please explain to me, who doesn't know the lore, who Geras or
Nope.
Geras
He's
is?
brand new, mate.
Nope.
He's a brand new character.
No clue.
Yeah, he's brand new.
Brand new
he's
character.
He's not seen
It's
before.
like explaining
Cool.
who the Sun God was in MK10.
Right. So I don't know how to pronounce it. Does anyone? Is it Geras or Geras?
It'll be Geras.
I think it's Geras. It's Geras.
Right, we'll go with Geras. So MK11 was revealed. They had the big event, and from what I've seen, it looks like more Mortal Kombat. There's some cool stuff they've added with the meters and stuff. But this guy has some very, very cool abilities.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Like, very unique, I think. That obviously, I'm not a big fighting game person, but I don't think anyone's done this before, Conor.
Not like that.
So what he can do is basically has a lot of time-based skills, and he has the ability to kind of either reverse time, in which moves his position, so he can kind of go back to where he was like 2 seconds ago, kind of like Tracer. And the even more cool thing
This is the sick one.
is that he can either add or subtract time 30 seconds from the clock, which is mental, right?
Yeah. So, if you're like a super defensive player, people would do this in like Street Fighter 4. There was a player called Cien who would timer scam, who's known for timer scamming. So you would do like long animations and things like that when the clock got really low
Yeah.
to time your opponent out and get a win through that way. So it looks like, I don't know if his play style is necessarily going to be ultra defensive and campy like this, and that's why he has that ability,
Yeah.
or it's just going along with his time theme. Either way, this is super unique, and I think he's going to be really... I imagine he's going to be very top tier, because I've seen like he's got other stuff where he can pause people in time to like do completely custom combos.
Yeah.
So I feel like this character will be very, very, very strong when the game comes out. Even.
Do you think that we'll see people using that 30-second clock thing in the competitive scene?
I hope so.
Is that a viable...
Yeah? If the timer gets down to that point, 100%.
I don't think that Mortal Kombat does as many timer outs as Street Fighter does.
No, the clocking thingy is much longer, I think. What is it? Street Fighter's 99 seconds.
I think
what's
Mortal
MK?
Kombat is
2 minutes?
longer, but also I think most people die before the timer even gets close to it.
Quite
Yeah,
possibly.
that's what I'm saying. Like, is it relevant in a competitive match? What are the chances?
You'll see it like very, very rarely, but I think that's why it's not. This isn't the thing that makes him super powerful. Like it's his other abilities that make him powerful. But this is like, it's a cool ability that isn't going to be broken because of the timer. The way the timers work is, in Mortal Kombat, if most of the time the opponent's dead before the clock even gets to a minute or something, then it's fine to have that ability, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not too game breaking. But when we do see it, I think it'll be sick. It'll be something to be like excited about when you see it, rather than just like, oh my god, it's fucking Geras doing timer scam again.
Yeah.
You don't want to see that. So
Yeah.
I think they've done it in a pretty smart way.
You know what I do like,
if
though?
their clock is longer than that.
Aside from
I think it's
Geras
cool.
and his time abilities, I've just noticed Baraka is back.
Baraka is back.
He is.
So is,
He was gone in Mortal
Scarlet.
Kombat 10. That's sad.
So,
Are you going to get Mortal
looks-
Kombat?
Yeah, I'll get it on sale.
Done.
I won't get it when it comes out because I'm not very good at it.
See, neither am I. the NetherRealm games are the only ones that I can kind of play.
Yeah.
But I might get it on launch. We'll see how much money I have.
I got Mortal Kombat 10 with the DLC for a tenner when it was on sale at some point.
Yeah, I feel like the community dies pretty quickly though.
Nah, I don't think so.
The NRS community sticks around. Everyone else who tries it ditches it after 2 weeks.
But do they not switch? So it's like the MK community not currently playing Injustice 2?
No, they will be.
So
They'll be playing.
So if you pick up MK10 now, it's dead because
not
everyone's
really.
playing
You can
Injustice
still
2.
find a lot of rooms, but you'll find all the people that are staying behind. There's not a lot of new people. There are some, but you'll mostly get destroyed.
You'll have to. Yeah, they'll be like loyalists to the game, and you'd have to play on PS4. Like, you're not going to find anything on PC.
No, you'll find it.
I don't know. Like, have you tried? Have you tried it recently?
I tried it about 4 months ago.
That's a long time.
Yeah, sure, but did Injustice 2 come out in that time?
Injustice was out at that point.
Yeah, Injustice 2 was already out.
Yeah, so...
And Injustice 2 had come out on PC not too... Well, I don't know how long ago, but it came out on PC, do you remember that?
When did it come out?
On Steam. I don't know, I remember Sam was talking about, Injustice 2 is on Steam, and he was asking if he wanted to get it, and we were like, yeah, but we already own it, we're not going to buy it again.
PC release date.
But the way it's weird with the NRS games, because usually fighting games will release like one game, and then like 5 years later they'll release the next one, right?
Yeah.
MK is very different, or NRS is very different, because they'll do Mortal Kombat 2 years later, Injustice.
Yeah.
Switch.
Maybe they have a bigger team.
Well, their content on day one is really, really good, so their sales are sick, but they just have no retention. It's weird.
Yeah.
They hold their NRS crowd, which is really good, obviously, but they just lose everyone else. It's bizarre. I don't know. I can't put my finger on why it is. But, I mean, I was one of them. I didn't play the game for very long.
They don't really do seasons, do they? They kind of have like DLC fighters that come out within a few months of the game, and then
they had fighter packs because they did. Remember there was Predator in MK10, and then in the next fighter pack, in the next fighter pack there was Alien, but then Alien came out, and then like a couple months later, Injustice 2 would come out. And it's like,
there was also Jason and what's his name?
The drunken dude.
No, Chainsaw Man.
Leatherface.
Yeah, Leatherface.
Leatherface. Yeah, they get mad characters, but like they had Hellboy in Thingy.
Did they?
That's mad. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
in Injustice.
That's cool. It was really cool.
But somehow, like, I don't know the player count, like the concurrent player count right now, but it's not that high.
For Injustice 2.
You rarely hear about NRS games like throughout the year. But I think the game looks good.
We can Steam spy this now.
Usually I find NRS games to be a bit like clunky. I don't really like the animations.
What is NRS?
But these ones look good. Hey?
What is NRS?
NetherRealm Studios.
Right.
The people that make MK. But no, I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I might try it.
We'll see.
We'll see what characters come out, because usually for me with fighting games the biggest bit is like if I found a character that I'm like, oh, that character's awesome, that's where my bond is with. Not with a game particularly.
See, I played a lot of Sub-Zero in Injustice. So I feel like I might just jump straight in Sub-Zero.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like Scorpion, but I just think he's cool. I don't necessarily. I've never been bothered about playing Scorpion. It's just out of the two, I preferred Scorpion to Sub-Zero.
Yeah. Right, let's move on.
Let's see what characters come out.
Let's move on.
Okay.
We're going to talk about now something that Brad may have something to say about, and that is the fact that Sekiro, the new FromSoft game, has a set character with some voice acting. So basically, the character has a past, has a lore. He has some lines. It's not like constant talking. But in the past, obviously, Dark Souls, you create your character at the start. Does this make a difference, Brad?
I don't think so. But some people when you talk to people about new RPGs and stuff, they're like, oh, I can't wait to make my own character. But
yeah,
like my favorite RPGs are like Witcher and stuff like that. And
where your character's set.
Yeah, so it might just be like a really dull, I only say a couple of lines character, or it might be like really deep and really good for the story. But either way, I don't really mind.
I know in Dark Souls, the stats wise, it's not really at the start of the game, is it? It's later on that you sort of customise your abilities.
Dark Souls throws people off with the character creation at the start, because you see you see your classes and you think, oh, I've got to pick now, otherwise it's going to throw me off entirely.
Yeah.
And they don't really matter. Like, they do, slightly, but you no one should be worried about it. The only thing that this, as a concept, will make me miss is that I've seen some people make some very funny character designs in Dark Souls. Often speedrunners just make the fattest man they can with a face that's like looks like Stewie from Family Guy, and they'll just run through the game naked with a hammer. And that's I'll miss that because it's a little bit funny.
Actually, that's what I'll be upset about. If you can't be naked,
I don't know. Surely they'll have like different gear and stuff. So
if you can't be naked, no point.
I think. Sorry to cut you off, but
Sorry?
I think people do forget. I think this is like a spiritual successor to Tenchu as opposed to Dark Souls.
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't know if people should be really holding it to, like, you know, oh well, in Dark Souls we had this. It's just like it's not Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's gonna be more different than Bloodborne was different, I think.
Yeah, like dying's a point in, like, it's like a thing in the game that I don't know. It emphasized dying in the trailer. You came back more powerful or something like that.
Yeah,
which is obviously not what happens in Dark Souls.
Yeah,
you lose all your shit when you die.
It's weaker and weaker every time.
Yeah, I'm personally fine with this. I like characters that aren't necessarily me. Like, sometimes I don't want to put myself into a character. Sometimes I like to get attached to a different person. Yeah. So I'm cool with it. I mean, as someone who lightly played the Dark Souls games, or played the Dark Souls games except for 3.
Yeah, they're trying to do more of a story, I think, with this one. Like an actual in-game story instead of the sort of thing that Dark Souls. Oh, look at it's all world building. Like, no, this.
You have to like read all of the things on every item to get any sense of story.
Yes, I think this one has got a story built into the game, at least to some extent, more than usual.
Good.
With a FromSoft game. Do you want that, Brad, or would you rather there's no story, just straight?
Oh, see, I'm a big fan of my story games. Like, I do like having story games like Witcher, where it's just you play the story. But there's something, I don't know. I think it might be the uniqueness, but I do like how Dark Souls presents its story. That it never throws it in my face. And basically, anytime I want to find out about something, I have to try and find out about it. It's not some guy shouting it at me. So whenever I find out something, it feels rewarding. It feels like I've discovered something. It feels like I'm putting pieces together.
Yeah, I think that's a general consensus.
Yeah, it's really nice. I enjoy it. And it definitely suits Dark Souls, but I'm not saying it's the only way story should be done. So, you know, I'll play Sekiro. I'll probably enjoy it. And the fact that it's story-based, it's fine. No issue with it.
Dan, any thoughts on this?
I have no thoughts on this.
No thoughts, that's fine. Are you going to play it?
Yeah.
Cool. You're not interested in whether it has a story or not. You're just there for the combat.
Dark Souls story? Terrible anyway.
I think there's a lot of people... I suspect the majority of people are going in with that sort of mindset.
Oh, I don't think so. Some people go nuts for Dark Souls stories and like, oh, look how they don't say anything.
But that's got to be the minority. I
don't think so.
Dark Souls
no, it's definitely not a minority.
Dark Souls fans will be pissed, I imagine.
Look how you have to read all the item descriptions.
Just don't go to Dark Souls Reddit.
Dark Souls story format is very popular. People do like it when they play Dark Souls.
I don't think it's very popular. I think it's popular amongst the Dark Souls community. I think everyone else hates it.
Yes, but I mean amongst the Dark Souls community. Like, no one else cares.
No, I get it.
Yeah, we'll see. That game's coming out in probably... I think it's early February. This year. Yeah, it's not... It's around Q1, Q2. Yeah. So we'll see how that is.
Pog.
So we're going to move on now to talking about an older game that is kind of in a resurgence.
It's making a comeback big time, I think. And
that's Sea of Thieves. And we're going to talk about this a bit more in detail, but let's get some news about it first out of the way. So there's a new update which is out on February the 6th, so in about 2 weeks. And all it basically does, I think, is optimizes the game, and in that, like, takes about 20 gig out of the file size.
Oh shit!
But that is a big deal.
Yeah, because of that, you have to re-download the game from scratch. So it's basically going to be like a 25 gig download to save 20 gigs on your hard drive, I guess.
Okay,
that's fine. I mean, it's just a
that's actually reducing the game in half. But you got to re-download it again, which is...
PC players will need to download 27 gig instead of 47.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
As long as obviously you set it off overnight, etc., you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Unless you're
My
sad.
download speed on the Microsoft Store is really good for some reason. Like, really good.
Yeah, it has. But
Absolutely no idea why.
the weird thing about the Microsoft Store is that it displays the download speed in not the same way Steam does. So instead of Steam, where it converts it into your capital MB, Microsoft shows it as capital M lowercase b, which I can't remember like the actual.
It's like megabits.
I don't know. I can't remember how it works. No. But anyway, it shows like when you do a speed test.
Yeah.
It shows that speed instead of like how Steam shows speed, which is weird.
Interesting. That is weird.
But anyway, let's move on to our actual talking point, which is Sea of Thieves, a game we've been playing a lot since just this weekend. We got back into it.
Pog.
You didn't get back into it. We got into it.
Well,
me and Dan weren't there originally.
Yeah, a couple of us played it originally when it first came out. Played it for like a week, dried out, not too much to do. It's one of those games that obviously was always going to get better in time. There's still arguably not a huge amount of content.
Not enough.
Yeah. But it's kind of... I know this is a bad thing.
It's got so much better.
It's got better, but it's one of those games where it's like you make your own fun.
Yeah.
Some people see that as a bad thing or a good thing. You really can only play this, I think, in a group of
100%.
at least two people. At least you have to have at least two. So what do we think? What the changes that have been made, Conor? I know you dabbled a bit in the past.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think has made the game better?
Like all the unique shit, like the was it like unique cannonballs, stuff like that. That's really funny. Like Peacekeeper one, the anchoring one, shit like that's just cool. But for me, the thing that still, to be honest, still needs improving. I think you need to make that world feel so alive. Like what they've done with the Megalodon. So obviously, at first it was a quest, and you needed 5 people to do it, which was really annoying because obviously the biggest party you could have with friends was 4. So you had to get a random person to join along with you, do a big quest line to get the drum, and then you'd sail to a certain part in the ocean, and all 5 of you would have to drum at this point, and that would summon the Megalodon, right? Which I still think is in the game. That's just the biggest version of it, right? Now they have the roaming ones around the map, like we encountered yesterday. We encountered one of the bigger ones, and that makes the world feel alive when there's the chance that you can run into shit or something can hit you without you being aware of it. And they've kind of done that with ghost ships as well. Like there's more ghost ships now.
Yeah, because originally when we played, it was you wouldn't see anything in the water. Like you'd just sail from island to island.
There was fucking nothing.
You'd very rarely see a ship in the water.
Yeah,
like anywhere on the horizon. Whereas now you're at least always seeing a ghost ship. It feels like.
Yeah, there's always something now. It's just so much better than it was at release.
But what's the point?
But what?
Like, I see... Chewie?
Speak, Dan.
Sorry. My dog's
Dan's being attacked by his dog.
No, he's just loudly drinking water.
What's the point, did you say?
Sorry, what's the point? Say a Megalodon, I can't...
It's just fun.
Yeah, but, like, you kill the Megalodon, and you're like, oh, thank goodness, now we're not going to die. But you could have also just avoided the Megalodon just by, like, going near the coast.
You get loot.
What loot do you get?
You get, like, loads of treasure, and then you can go and sell it on, and then you can personalise your ship or your character.
It's so expensive. It's all you do. All you do is personalise.
Honestly, it doesn't... For me, the rewards don't mean shit, because it's just an experience where you're like, fuck, we're getting attacked by this thing, and obviously you want to fight it, because if you run away, you're a pussy. So you want to fight it, and then, like yesterday, I swear to God, our fight lasted about 25 minutes. And after 10 minutes, Rob was like, it's dead. And we're like, oh, okay, let's jump in and go and find the treasure. And then just from the abyss, this thing just comes at you, and you're like, fuck, it's genuinely scary when you're underwater and this thing comes at you. And, like, the way it attacks the boat is, like...
It's cool.
It's just a fun experience.
It's
like,
real
I don't know
cool
if you can...
when the Flying Dutchman comes at you and you're like,
oh my
shit.
God, not that.
It was good. It was a good experience. But you know what? All it did was destroy our ship, and we were safe. I'm like, well, it's destroyed our ship. We're safe now.
Let's not lie, Dan. That was funny, though.
It was funny, but, like, that's it.
Have you guys seen The Flying Dutchman yet, by the way?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
No, we haven't
so
seen
me and Dan were sailing, and a megalodon came at us. So we were in a sloop, like we'd already taken on water, so Dan was bailing out water. So we went past a rock, and the megalodon disappeared. So okay, fine. And then we continue on past the rock, because we didn't really slow down. And the music's back for the megalodon. So I'm like, okay, so it's still behind us.
Yeah.
But I can't see it anywhere. The next thing, a ship just rises out the water next to us.
It's Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
Yeah, Pirates of the
over
Caribbean 2 Flying Dutchman style. We are like 50 metres away from the shore, so we literally stop at the shore, and the ship is still there. It's just firing at us, constantly knocking us out. Like, just so
Was it
slowly.
definitely the Flying Dutchman, or was it just a ghost ship?
No.
It came out of the water, so I'm just calling it the Flying Dutchman.
Right.
It's not one of the ones that you see just roaming around.
Okay.
So, literally, just all we're doing was, as fast as we can, as the ship is slowly sinking, dragging every chest we can find, every explosive barrel we just picked up off the ship before it blew us up, and it just keeps circling the island, slowly firing at us.
I feel like that is I understand what Dan's saying, is that it feels like there's no progression to an extent.
Like, all I do is, like, I pick up a quest, I'm like, oh nice, I found a treasure map on this random island where I'm collecting some loot or something. Cool. Oh, I need to go to this island. Oh, I've gone to this island. Oh, I've solved the riddle. Oh, I got a treasure chest. Fantastic. I sell it. What do I get? Oh, I'm saving up to buy sails. What do the sails do?
That's a big complaint, though, isn't it?
Nothing.
That's one of the big
Yeah,
complaints.
I agree. I think that is the main issue with the game. But at the minute, I think we may burn out at some point, but at the minute, the fun is in just doing the activities. Just making your own fun.
It's
I
cool.
think
Roaming it and encountering shit is what's really fun. I
cosmetics
think.
are fun. You know, if Destiny was a game of just cosmetics, though, it wouldn't be as fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I'm not even considering the cosmetics. I'm just saying I just like encountering shit. I think that's
It's
fun. I could
fine.
have no reward and I'd still have fun with it.
I like encountering other players and seeing what how those play out.
Yeah, well, that's what, as you were saying, it's like you really got to make your own fun with the game, which is a big complaint, and 100% I agree with Dan. I do think that's a big problem. Like, oh, great, you've got 6,000 gold, but like to build anything, you need like 27,000. So, so now I've got to do more of this rinse repeat quest. So the fun of it is like encountering people, encountering PvE stuff.
Yeah.
Traveling with you.
The fun of it is the things that happen while you're doing the quest.
Yeah.
Which we've had some fun encounters with players. I really think that in order to get the most out of the game, you have to kind of seek out players and hope that they don't immediately just fire at you, and see if you can have a kind of conversation with them and play some tricks on them, or maybe ally up, that sort of thing. That's where the meat of the game is. I feel like you need to either expand on that, or because I don't think stats, stuff that makes you better, will work in that game, because you'll end up with just utterly decked out people that just destroy.
Yeah, like GTA 5 all over again.
Yeah. It can get out of control, I think, in an open world game like that.
It's hard though, forcing player encounter in a world where you design it to be massive. It's supposed to be like an open ocean, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty hard, but I get it. They just need to keep making. The content needs to be more.
Yeah.
I don't know. It needs something. It really needs something
What
to
is
like
the
innovate
end
on.
game of
So-
Sea of
I don't think there is one.
There is an end game in inverted commas, but it's kind of just sort of cosmetics locked behind this thing called Pirate Legend. So once you hit level 50 in reputation on everything, you unlock Pirate Legend, in which you can get some more customization stuff and some sort of higher end quests that I think just get you better. The chests are worth more, basically, I think, and they take longer to do the voyages.
Right.
But I don't think it's anything crazy.
Okay.
It's definitely still lacking in content, but they are making steps forward, at least from launch.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Alright,
I think
so
also a big point of why it's got so big again is Summit started playing it.
yeah,
Not gonna lie.
obviously
Summit
it's
starting to play the game again is massive.
a perfect Twitch game
Yeah.
because you have the time as you're sailing from place to place to talk to chat, etc., etc. It's really good for Twitch.
Also, the funny stuff when you do encounter people, like if you sneak on people's boat with like a gunpowder thing,
Yeah,
shit like that.
yeah. It kind of can make moments happen, can't it? It's sort of like a moment generator. It's good.
Oh yeah, Twitch clips galore.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so apart from Sea of Thieves, what else have we been playing? I'll kind of kick it off. I've not got too much to say. I played Kingdom Hearts 2 again. I'm probably like 15 hours in at this point.
The mad dash before 3.
The mad dash. I feel like I can't play anything else after this. I'll just have to watch the videos of them.
I don't think you need to be honest. 2.8 would be the only one you need to, but I still don't think you do.
Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts 2 though is a good improvement on the first game. The combat
much
wise,
better than the first one, isn't it?
It's super cool. I like the forms, like Valor form and stuff.
Valor, wisdom, shit like that. Yeah,
that's fun. I really at first I didn't like the sort of reaction command, like the triangle.
Oh, like the quick time events.
Yeah, but I like how there's so many of them that are different to the sort of enemies that you face. I think it's pretty cool, and it saves me a lot in certain scenarios. I'm very excited for Kingdom Hearts 3 now. Very excited.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah. I think Brad and Dan are not Kingdom Hearts players at all.
No.
Right?
I could be tempted if it ever came to PC, but I don't think it's worth going out of my way for.
It is. It's a great game. Well, a great series. The first one, I went in expecting it to feel like an old, terrible game. But it's actually, it holds up. The series holds up very well. Dan?
What's up?
So, you've put here Sea of Thieves, Smash, which we've talked about to death. EU4, anything in particular you want to mention about EU4?
Briefly. Obviously none of you follow EU4.
No.
But EU4 recently had an update called Golden Century, which did add some cool features, but also had some real bad features where they historically misrepresented the entirety of the Iberian Peninsula.
Great.
And people are real unhappy with that DLC.
I'm not surprised.
Because it also just added more buttons rather than actual gameplay.
More buttons to that game?
Yeah, people love buttons, but not that many buttons.
Oh my god.
There's already 8 million buttons on that screen.
To declare war in that game, it does not take that many buttons. It's 1, 2, 3. It's 3 buttons to declare war.
But you also have to do that thing where you get your rights to declare war and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Which takes a million years.
It's more like 5 buttons, and it takes about 6 months.
It's terrible.
It's alright. It's fine. Just speed 5. Anyway, but because of that DLC, they're going to do a bunch of... they decided that this year was going to be their year of sort of non-content. They're not calling it non-content, but it may as well be. They're going to do some small content, but most is going to be balance, patches, fixes, and making the game better.
Is that what people want instead of more content?
Yes.
It's also it is what it needs.
It is what
just
it needs.
Like cleaning up basically
at the moment. It's not as clunky as Crusader Kings 2, but it's not as smooth.
That needs cleaning.
Hey?
Crusader Kings 2 needs a clean up.
Crusader Kings 2 is very far gone. And might just have to be redone. But it's not as smooth as Stellaris or Heartsland 4.
See, they've made Stellaris more complicated now. I don't like it.
That's because
have you played it since the update?
Yeah.
They make complicated games.
But Stellaris was a perfect sort of. It wasn't ridiculous like the rest of the games, but it wasn't easy.
Hoi 4 is very easy.
Oh, it's not.
I disagree with you right
None
there.
of those games are easy.
Hoi 4 is one of the easiest games they've ever made.
I don't think any of those games are easy, Dan. Especially to learn.
I would say Hoi 4 especially is easy to learn.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
It's literally this. You have no idea what to do, but you play the tutorial. You have the tutorial campaign, right, where you play as Italy. Easiest tutorial I've ever seen. It's fantastic. It's like, go to your national focus. Pick a national focus. Read what your national focus does. Do what your national focus says. That's it. And you may as well just copy-paste for each individual country. And eventually you'll learn what to do.
Is it 8 million buttons to do those things, though?
No.
Is it not as bad as the other ones?
EU4 has got a lot of buttons.
EU4 is a lot cleaner than CK2, definitely.
Stellaris has a lot of buttons. CK2 has far too many buttons. And too many drop-down menus. And you have to keep track of more nonsense things. Keeping track of country names is easy. Keeping track of people names is difficult.
Where have I left this vassal and how old is the vassal I've left there with the rights to a country that's neighbouring me?
If you're like, oh, where's Hissen Kaifer? You're like, I don't know where Hissen Kaifer is. Who knows? But you know where it's not? Europe. It's definitely not in Europe. Whereas
Those games
you see this name and you're like, I don't know where this could be. This guy's name is Fred, but Fred could be married off to someone in India. Who knows
They're
where
too
this man
complicated.
is?
The games are just too complicated.
I like their games though.
Imperator Rome's coming out though, which does look
Imperator.
interesting.
Oh no, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
save
to that
for a separate podcast.
Actually,
bro.
I feel like Imperator does have some news.
Does it?
Hold on.
Does it?
Let me go to the forum.
Alright, while Dan's looking, Brad, we'll move on to you.
Oh, it's been a quiet week. So,
Yeah, I
Sea
know
of
that you and
Thieves.
Dan put Minecraft, so I'll let you take
Okay,
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
What is this to talk about?
To be clear, we intended to play Minecraft in the charity stream over the weekend, and we thought, you know what? For an hour, we'll play a nice, relaxing game of Minecraft. After we did Overwatch, before we did Smash, and it'll be fun, enjoyable. I wasn't expecting, and I don't think any of us were, apart from Dan apparently.
Rob expected
and
it.
Rob,
expected
who asked for it without telling anyone else.
Like, I put it in the chat.
The
Alright,
Dark
whatever.
Souls of Minecraft servers. Not even,
Oh yeah.
like, the very first room, like, I didn't play Minecraft much, so I don't have the controls down too well. I think I died about 6 times leaving that room. And then when I finally got out of there, I was asking for directions, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, it's this way," because they'd all forgotten.
Only Ed was like that.
Okay.
Only Ed said
Ed said it. Ed said it, but no one else replied at all. So
I was busy
yeah.
doing something.
So they were trying to give me directions, and all sort of stopped giving me directions. So only Ed answered. I went that way, and died again to weird stuff.
Yeah.
And that was basically my experience for an hour. Of just,
That is Minecraft.
is it this
though,
way,
isn't it?
Dead?
Oh, the guy who makes that map is a famous Minecraft creator. He's coming back soon. This guy
I
called
can't
Vex.
believe it. I can believe it. It's pretty cool that there's still a sort of community of creating apps and things for
He
Minecraft.
stopped making maps for a while because Minecraft was updating too quickly, but he's coming back and he's got a new map coming out very soon, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a famous map creator called Vex.
Is Minecraft still changing like a lot, or is it kind of calmed down?
No,
it's
no.
finished-ish for the most part.
It changes like maybe once a year at least, maybe twice.
Drastically.
Drastically.
There's one coming up in there.
Yeah, so very recently they did a big underwater update. That took most of the year, but it changed entirely how Minecraft water worked. There used to be a lot of weird stuff you could do with water, where if you put a fence post in the water would just go around the fence post, like the meter block. There would be like an air pocket. That no longer happens. And it's the same thing with stairs and slabs. So water actually sticks to surfaces very well.
How have they only just got around to fixing that?
Because it's very difficult to do, I assume.
Yeah,
But they also
But it
made
has been
swimming
years.
mechanics, just basically redid the entire underwater biomes. And it's very good. It's a very good update.
Yeah,
And the
cool.
next update changes more stuff. It changes the entire look of the game. Almost every single texture is being redone.
I'm sure that won't get any complaints.
It has complaints already, but I think they look good. It's redoing how crafting works, because at the moment, most crafting is done on that 3x3 grid.
Yeah.
What they want to do is they want to separate some of the more niche crafting onto separate blocks. So stuff like repairing items, but not on an anvil, because an anvil you use to repair enchanted items.
Yeah.
They want to move it so that repairing non-enchanted items is just moved to its own separate block, instead of having it all in this 3x3 grid. Because also, having everything in a 3x3 grid is a lot more recipes to memorize.
Yeah.
So they've made blocks for, I think, making bows, making banners. They've made new blocks for smelting metals and smelting food. And it's just a lot of changes in general.
Cool. So, as to my surprise, Minecraft is still updating.
Minecraft is very popular still.
That's good. So, Connor,
Hello.
we've talked Smash to death, unless you've got anything specific you want to mention about Smash.
Yeah, Lucina's better than Crom.
Right, thank you. Sea
You're
of
welcome.
Thieves.
We talked about it.
Yeah, and Dota Chess.
Oh, Dota fucking chess.
So give us
Right.
a brief overview of what this is.
Everyone knows Dota. It's from MOBA.
Yeah.
Dota chess is nothing like Dota. Absolutely nothing like Dota.
Is it like chess?
No, it's not like chess either. It's got a chess board, and that's why it's called Dota chess, from my understanding. But you've basically got so there's so many units in the game.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of the game, you'll have so much gold that you'll get. So on round 1, you have 1 gold, and when the round starts, you draw a hand of 5 cards, and you can pick to buy certain cards. Their value increases as if they become better. So Clockwork is a level 1 unit. He costs 1 gold.
Right.
You can buy him, put him on the board, and he'll have his a racial ability, or he'll be a racial goblin, and then he'll have a type mech, and then his ultimate ability, which is as he attacks, he gains mana. When his mana fills, he uses his ability, which for him is battery assault.
Yeah.
And when you buy more units, they will synergize with other ones. So if you buy more goblins, you'll get a bonus for having 2 goblins, 4 goblins, 6 goblins. Same with mechs, same with demons, same with elves, shit like that.
Yep.
So it's a game where every turn, you'll get more units onto the field, and then you'll fight. For the first 3 rounds, you'll fight creeps or AI, and then you'll start fighting other players around the board. Okay. So you have to kind of build a team based on your luck of the draw, and then win the game. But there's a whole economy thing to it. There's levels, and as you increase your levels, you're allowed to have more units on the board at once.
Okay.
And every time, so say if you get 3 clockworks, it'll evolve into a level 2, a rank 2 clockwork.
Right.
Then if you get another 2 level 2 clockworks, so you get 6 more clockworks, you'll have a rank 3 clockwork, which is even more powerful. Shit like that. And it's really addictive.
And it's not 1v1, it's more...
No. There's
Are you saying?
How many places are on the board? I think there's 12, or it might be 9.
That's crazy. I thought chess is a 1v1 game.
Are you saying?
Wait, no, it's 8. 8 people on the board.
So are you saying?
It's not chess. It's not chess and it's not Dota. It's just called Dota chess.
Are you saying that Dota chess is more popular than Artifact?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Do you think?
Fuck yeah.
Artifact?
You queue up for a Dota game, right? You'll be waiting for 5 minutes. Maybe 3. To be fair, there's matchmaking involved, so it's probably a bit harder. You queue up for Dota chess. Instant. Every single time. Instant queues.
Is it a limited event thing, or is it just now a permanent feature of the game?
It's a custom game. It's a custom game.
Custom game, right, okay.
Yeah. So some Chinese dude, I think, made it, which explains why some things are slightly mistranslated, like Queen of Pain is Pain Queen.
Right, yeah.
Shit like that. But, fuck, it's a good game.
You'd recommend
it's really,
it?
There's big RNG elements, but even with those things, I still really enjoy playing the game a lot. I haven't played normal Dota since it came out.
You're just playing Dota chess instead?
Just playing Dota chess. Whenever you see me on Dota, I'm playing Dota chess.
I love how they've called it Dota chess, and it doesn't...
Has absolutely... The chessboard is the closest thing to the fact that it's chess. Oh, and your rank in the game, because there is a rank, is chess pieces. So you start as a pawn.
Right.
Pawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you go to whatever's next. I think it's knight next, and then bishop, and then shit like that.
Interesting. Cool. So we've all played a sort of less games than we've played last week and the week before, but we've had a busy weekend.
I suspect it's because we spent most of the weekend doing a charity stream.
Yeah, in which we played a variety of different games actually, but I guess not enough to talk about in particular. So that is it for the third ever episode of the Galago podcast. Before we go, you can follow us on twitch.tv/GalagoBoys. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can also get it on Spotify, iTunes, and something else. Tune in. So if you are watching those, please download, obviously, subscribe, give us a rating.
Rate 5 stars.
Yeah,
now.
Don't give us a 1 star, or a 2, or a 3, or a 4. Only give us a 5, please.
Work for shit.
Comment on the YouTube videos, give us a like, give us a subscribe, all that jazz helps us out. And you'll probably catch us on Twitch more often than not, especially more than on YouTube at the minute, and that's twitch.tv/Galago Boys. Sam is currently playing Dark Souls 3 on YouTube. I think we've got a new episode of that coming up. There should be another one on now by the time this goes up, and usually every Wednesday. Apart from that, yep, see us on Twitch. And to sign off, Conor?
Follow me on Twitch. I'll also have some videos coming out on the YouTube channel as well. I've got some ones planned in mind.
Pog, what's your Twitch?
Con_Chan.
Nice. Brad, anything to say?
No, I think I'm good, thanks. Yep.
Dan?
Have you enjoyed?
Oh, I'm cutting Brad off. Dan?
Incineroar's a great character.
Oh, God.
Is that your parting words?
I don't think anything else needs to be said.
Fair enough. And for me, thanks for watching as usual. You can follow me at Zachary, ZACERHY. And my final words, to end the stream, the last thing that's going to be said is that Sonic Heroes is the best Sonic game. Good night.